This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google IVPanda Free Essays.
Definition of a microcomputer. A microcomputer is a complete computer on a small scale designed for personal use and is based on a single-chip microprocessor. Common microcomputers include laptops and desktops. Beyond standard personal computers, microcomputers also include some calculators, mobile phones, notebooks, workstations, and embedded systems. A microcomputer uses a single integrated semiconductor chip for its central processing unit, CPU. They also contain memory in the form of read-only memory, ROM, and random access memory, RAM, input-output, I/O, ports, and a bus or system of interconnecting wires, all housed in a single unit, usually referred to as a motherboard. History of microcomputers. The development of microcomputers began in the 1970s with the conception of the Intel 4004 microprocessor in 1971. It advanced to developing Intel 8008 and Intel 8080 microprocessors in 1972 and 1974, respectively. In 1973, Realization d'Etudes Electroniques, R2E, developed the first microcomputer called Microl based on the Intel 8008. In 1974, Microcomputer Machines Incorporated developed an MCM70 microcomputer based on Intel 8008. In 1974, MITS developed the Altair 8800, which is considered the first successful commercial microcomputer based on the Intel 8080. Microcomputers' processing capacity evolved with the advancement of microprocessor chip design in the 1980s and 1990s. Components of a microcomputer. The processor is the brain of the microcomputer, which includes millions of transistors that define performance. The memory is where the processor keeps frequently used data while the computer is running. Input devices are used to insert data or signals into the microcomputer, while the system uses output devices to show or give output. Storage devices are memory devices where data is stored and remains even without electricity. Processor. The processor is the brain of the microcomputer. It includes millions of transistors, with the performance of microcomputers increasing with the number of transistors. Processors run microcomputer programs, including reading and writing information in the computer's memory. It maintains all the operations of a computer, including the coordination of its input-output devices. Memory. The memory is where the processor keeps frequently used data while the computer is running, volatile memory such as RAM. Along with the processor, the input-output devices can also use memory. Besides volatile memory, non-volatile memory also exists, such as ROM. A non-volatile memory such as ROM is used to store instructions required for the system boot. The read or write speed of memory devices is higher than that of storage devices. Input devices. Input devices are used to insert data or signals into the microcomputer. They let the user interact with and add new information to a computer. Common examples are the keyboard and mouse. The keyboard is a basic input device that is used to enter data into a computer or any other electronic device by pressing keys. It has different sets of keys for letters, numbers, characters, and functions. Keyboards are connected to a computer through USB or a Bluetooth device for wireless communication. The mouse is a handheld input device that is used to move the cursor or pointer across the screen. It is designed to be used on a flat surface and generally has left and right buttons and a scroll wheel between them. Laptop computers come with a touchpad that works as a mouse. It lets you control the movement of the cursor or pointer by moving your finger over the touchpad. Output devices. The devices used by the system to show or give output are called the output devices, such as monitors, printers, and speakers, among others. The monitor provides output from a computer on a screen so that users can interact with or view data digitally. The monitor typically provides output in symbolic and graphical form, generated using several small dots known as pixels. These pixels are usually arranged in a rectangular form. The printer receives electronic data from the computer and produces a hard copy of the processed data. Computer speakers usually receive signals from the sound card and then convert them to audio. These speakers use internal amplifiers that vibrate at different frequencies to decrease the volume or amplitude of the sound as per the choice of the user. Storage devices. Storage devices are memory devices where data is stored and remains even without electricity. Along with various programs and system software, the user can keep, delete, move, and update the data in storage devices, while the user cannot do this in memory devices. Optical storage devices are flat, round disks that spin around their center. The difference with magnetic storage devices is that in optical storage devices, laser light is used to read and write data in disks. Examples are CDs, DVDs, etc. There are two types of optical disks. One can be written for one time only, and another can be used to write data more than one time. These are called rewritable disks. Some optical disks can store data on both sides of the disk. In magnetic storage devices, data is stored on a magnetized medium. Magnetic storage uses different patterns of magnetization in a magnetizable medium to store data. There are three primary types of magnetic storage devices: disk drives, and magnetic tapes. Microcomputers function. Microcomputers work primarily through the Central Processing Unit, CPU, which executes instructions. The CPU is made up of billions of transistors, billions in a modern Intel chip. Some of those transistors are arranged into logical gates. For example, an AND gate. By connecting gates in specific ways, a circuit can be built to add two numbers. Instructions are often simple instructions like adding two numbers. The CPU is driven by a clock that has a certain number of cycles per second. Each time the clock ticks, it processes a new cycle. Some instructions take more than one cycle to complete. A program is simply a set of instructions. The computer has an operating system, a special program that lets the user run other programs, provides support for the computer's hardware, and provides a file system to make use of your storage devices and a lot of other important capabilities. Ethical use of information technology. Ethical issues arising out of the use and development of electronic technologies. Its goal is to identify and formulate answers to questions about the moral basis of individual responsibilities and actions, as well as the moral underpinnings of public policy. For instance, the moral responsibilities of computer professionals affect computer hacking. Information technology ethics raises new and unique moral problems because information technology itself has brought about dramatic social, political, and conceptual change. Because information technology affects not only how we do things, but how we think about them, it challenges some of the basic organizing concepts of moral and political philosophy, such as property, privacy, the distribution of power, basic liberties, and moral responsibility. Did you like this microcomputer components and functions sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the database of academic paper examples at ivpanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs.